Yeah, baby. Give me that money. All right, guys. This is how I made $8,000 day trading crude oil futures. All right. So as always, we're starting the daily time frame, 4 hour, and the 1 hour. Just doing our top-down approach as always. As you can see, the market's actually closed. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. I already exited my trade, but this move that you're seeing right here is from Trump speaking. So I want to take you through, walk you through my trade, how I got my bias, how I executed, and all that jazz. So let's dive in, right? Get the daily chart right here. First thing I saw, we created this daily imbalance, okay? Created this daily imbalance. And what I liked about this imbalance was, one, I want to see this support price, but two, I was looking for longs because we're in this bullish order flow here, as you can see. So I liked longs, and it's also Wednesday, right? And today, we actually didn't have much news. We just had Trump speaking at 4 p.m., but we also had crude oil inventories at 10. And so what I saw was this higher time frame POI, this daily imbalance here. But I also saw when I looked lower on the time frames and I pulled up my sessions here, I have Asia session, London session, and I also have my nice little daily candle indicator here. If you don't want to stare at this little tiny thing, you can cut this thing on up here, and it should here in a second pop up the daily candle. There we go. So I saw we are just consolidating around opening price right here, and we have Asia consolidation. London takes out Asia's lows here, and then we actually come down and sweep out London low one last time here on New York Open, right? Or sorry, yeah, New York Open at 8:30. And so we come down, sweep out London low one last time, and that made the low of the morning. And what I liked about this, I saw these two down close candles right here, and I was like, oh, that's nice. So I marked that as a potential order block, right? And once price came up and closed above, I also saw that we had this inversion gap here, right? We have this bearish fair value gap that ends up getting disrespected, right? It was respected on the way down previously, and then we disrespected it. And so what I like about this gap is that it was respected before, and then we came up and disrespected that, closed above, and then you can see here that's used as support, and we actually hit the opening price of this candle at 71 exactly, and the low of this candle is 71. So it hits the opening price exactly to the tick, and then it runs higher, right? And so that was the setup. So let me go ahead and log in and show you my actual executions, right? So we'll log in, we're on live, on AMP, log in here. There we go. Awesome, right? So if you go to my account summary, you can see here, P&L, $8,000, and you can see my executions right here as well. So that's great, right? Anyways, executions on the chart. You can now see I actually didn't enter on the 30-minute change in state delivery, but I saw that was a potential to occur, but I was targeting previous day's high up here. And you can actually see, if we drop down to a 15-minute now, you can actually see that, one, we stay in the upper half of this daily imbalance, right? So the midline marked out right here, and we actually stay in the upper half of that. So I liked that to give me confluence for longs. And I'm also buying below open price, the daily open price. So when this candle wick is made on this move right here, and then we come up and change the state and delivery, right? So order flows shifting from bearish to now bullish. That gave me confidence to long, especially with this inversion gap here. So all I did was I marked out the 15-minute order block that overlapped with that 30-minute one. And I said, great, if we close above there on a 15-minute chart or 15-minute candle closure above this opening price here, this blue line here, I'm just going to mark it in 13 contracts. And that's exactly what I did here. So you can see right here at the end of this candle, I closed right before it closed. I just marketed in 13. So we'll go ahead and just make this boom. Stop was actually down here below this low. You could have put it down here, but I was like, you know what? I like this little this little breaker pattern, low, high, lower, low, close above. So I liked that breaker pattern to play out. And that's what you saw right here. So we had some nice confluence. We had an inversion fair value gap. We had change of state delivery. We also had kind of like a power of three, right? You have consolidation in Asia, manipulation in London and New York, and then you saw that distribution the rest of the day, right? So without getting it too messy, and we're also buying below minute open price. So all that added up, right? Let's clean the chart a little bit. My stop was below this low right here, and I was targeting previous day's high just for a nice like 2.23R. Nothing crazy. I knew we had Trump speaking, and I saw the indices just do a Viagra to the upside right at open. And, this move on like NASDAQ was crazy, like almost 200 handles in 15 minutes right here. And it just ran. Like, it didn't really give you a chance to get in unless you wanted to, maybe go in on like a smaller time frame. But for me, by the time I saw this thing just start running without me, I said, you know what? I'm going to look elsewhere. So I looked at gold, didn't see anything. Looked at oil, and this is what I saw. So got in here, and price just ran. I was in this all day basically until about 4. And you can see here, right around 4:30, right before Trump came on, I closed the position right around here. And then he started yapping, and it just spiked up to my target for that 2.23R trade. But I made about $8,000 on this, like I showed you earlier. And I'm glad I got out, right? Because you saw we hit that high, and then boom, just tanked on whatever he just said. I don't know what he said. I'm not watching the conference or whatever. But that was my target. It got hit, but I just got out. I didn't want to hold through his speech. So I just got out right around after market close. All right, guys. If you need help implementing any of this stuff into your own trading and you want to work directly with me, what I want you to do is go down, click the link in the description, and that'll take you to a calendar where you can actually book a one-on-one call with me to see if working together is a good fit. If it's not, no big deal. If it is, great. We're going to get you results. And yes, I'll be wearing a shirt.